Alright guys, today community managers for Gray Zone Warfare released community briefing number 1. If you guys have not seen the video, it is about a 6-minute video that was posted on the GameSpot YouTube channel. I will definitely post a link in the description below, that way you guys can go check it out. But basically it is a video where community managers address some of the more common feedback that they're getting in the Discords and what the devs are doing right now to address some of those issues, and what the advice is from the community managers on how to navigate some of these issues while we wait for quality of life updates. Before we get into it, if you guys are finding the videos helpful, please consider subscribing to the channel, liking the video. Really appreciate it. It goes a long way. I see every subscriber, I read every comment. It means a lot to me. So let's get into the video. So the first thing that I want to talk about is the developers basically understand that things like
denied, all available birds are in flight,
are a annoying and frustrating issue. They basically go on to say the way the game was designed, they didn't anticipate this many solo players. So that's kind of sort of the consequence that you're seeing now, is that there's not enough birds for all of the solo players that are taking birds in and out of base camp. So the community manager's advice right now is to basically coordinate with members at base camp to see if you guys are going to the same place and share the Uber, so to speak. I think it's a little silly. We definitely need a longer term solution than that, but at least it's being addressed. The developers are aware of the issue and they're looking for solutions. My hope is that they just raise the cap a little bit. I think 4 is a little too little. I think 6 would be a lot better. I think 8 would probably be great. I think 10 would be too much. I think that it should be somewhat limited. You want to keep that like military sim vibe a little bit, right? You want to keep that alive. It shouldn't be otherwise, why not just add fast travel? You know what I mean? So anyway, they're looking for a solution for that. I think that's really well received from my end. So hopefully that gets addressed relatively soon. The next thing that I thought was really, really good that they discussed was they're looking into Aimbot AI. They've heard the complaints about how, I'm sure you guys have had situations where it just seems like scavs occasionally just get very dialed in. They're looking into that. They're investigating what's going on with that. In the meantime, community managers recommend some of the same tactics that you're probably already doing: breaking line of sight, moving around, making sure you're not staying in the same location to avoid being encircled, things like that. So the next thing that I want to talk about, and I created some guides. I thought about making a separate video about this, and I probably will, to include the guides in another capacity, but basically they broke down some ammo in some really, really great ways. So I've created some graphics for you guys with screenshots from the game of all the different ammos that they recommend and what tiers they recommend them at. So I kind of broke them down, this is my interpretation of what they said, into early, mid, and late game. Okay, so basically starting with a level 1 vendor, moving to rank 2, and then moving to rank 3. So I've provided some screenshots. For 5.56, Hollow Point Boat Tail is going to be your number 1 go-to for level 1 traders. It should be great for the early towns where the guards are less armored and things like that. You're not really dealing with enemy PMCs as often. For 5.45, once you have Turncoat unlocked, you're going to be using PS ammo for the early game. Then when you get to level 2, they recommend moving to BT ammo. And then from there, level 3, you're going to move to either BP or BS, kind of in the same tier there. And then for 7.62x39, you're going to be using SP ammo at the start until you unlock PS ammo. And then once you get to level 3, you're going to go to BP ammo. That should satisfy all your needs. And then really for all of these, as we go through them, once you get to level 3, I really wouldn't ever recommend going back down a step. And then for 7.62x51, they recommend M80, M80A1, and then M61. And then for the last one here, 7.62x54R, you're going to use LPS at first, and then once you hit Artisan rank 2, you'll move to 7N1, and then from there, for rank 3, you'll go to AP ammo. So pause the video, take some screenshots of these figures. I made them, but I think it simplifies sort of what the community managers are recommending. I want to do a much bigger breakdown of ammunition and ballistics in this game, so give me a little bit of time to do that, but an ammo video probably on the way pretty soon. For me as well, and so these graphics might return in a much cleaner format, but this is just a very sloppy napkin kind of math version of these graphs here. So anyway, the last thing I wanted to talk about is that right now there are no planned updates and there's no quality of life issues being addressed. That's another video I have in the works for quality of life issues, things that I'd like to see in the game, so be on the lookout for that soon. One other thing I wanted to talk about, there is a new part of Discord. There's a community briefing section. In that section, you can ask questions that might be better seen for the community managers to answer. Anyway, this is all I really had for you guys. I just wanted to post a video kind of with my breakdown of the community briefings. I think they're a good thing. I hope that they become more informational and there'll be more to talk about in future videos. But the ammo guide alone in and of itself was worth its weight in gold, I think, for new players that are entering the game and are kind of confused about all the different ammo types. Noteworthy mention that they are aware that 9mm and shotguns are in a bad place, and that's probably something that's going to be buffed hopefully soon. But yeah, so that's all I really got. So if you guys have made it to this far in the video, like and subscribe. Really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. And I will see you guys in the next video.